Welcome to Fearless Fridays, your day to reclaim your weekend and your life. This week's topic is going to be another spin-off of the What's Up Wednesday call that we did this week. And this week's What's Up Wednesday call was really raw and really real. We spoke about a sort of continuation of what we spoke about over the past few weeks, which is looking at those things that anchor us in life, giving us that false sense of stability, and also looking at that virtual or metaphorical elephant in the room and really seeing what we really need to look at and why we need to look at it. It meaning those things that are holding us back in life, those things that are keeping us from our joy and keeping us from our true deep fulfillment in life. Because after all, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. And I know that that's very cliche, but when you think about it, in my opinion, life is meant to be lived to the fullest without censors, without holding back. And so that's what we were talking about this week in our What's Up Wednesday call, is really looking at our life and really looking at it for what it is, stripping off all of the rose-colored glasses and stripping away all the boundaries and boxes and all of the politically correct terms and terminology and attitudes and ways of being, and just really looking at your life for what it really truly is, your life. And really asking yourself, are you happy? Are you happy in life? Are you fulfilled in life? If not, now is the time. Now is the time to speak your truth. And speak your truth with grace and tact and delivery and with heart. And speak your truth to those people who need to hear it, who you want to share your truth with. And really remember though, when you speak your truth, and this is kind of a scary step, first we've looked at those things, those anchors in our life, and figured out what's holding us back, what's really creating this false sense of security and stability. And then we've looked at that elephant in the room, those things we're avoiding, which is the same thing as that anchor that we've been lugging around going, oh, this is so, heavy, and this burden is so heavy, I just can't bear to work with it or see it anymore. But then when you actually look at that elephant in the room, that anchor, and say, you know what? I'm just not happy with this. I need to work through this. I need to speak my truth to those people that need to hear it, or at least I want to tell it to and share it to. So this week, really, I encourage you to look at your life. Really look at your life. And really ask yourself, am I happy with every facet of my life? Am I fulfilled in every facet of my life? Many people say, well, if you're happy in this aspect, why not just be a little unfulfilled in this aspect? Well, my asking to them is, well, why not? Why can't I be fulfilled in all aspects of my life? Why can't I? But many times we feel that if we want to be happy in all aspects of our life, that we're being selfish, that we're being that we're not being self-caring because, well, I'm being selfish because I'm going to hurt so-and-so in the process, or I may hurt so-and-so in the process, or they may not agree with me, or someone may not like what I'm doing. And so they may project this image of being selfish. Well, you're selfish because you're doing this. Well, I really think it's being self-caring. When you really, really ask yourself, do I really want to stay in this situation if I'm not 100% happy? Or do I want to stay in this situation and work on it to see if I can become fulfilled and see if I can really be happy with this entirety, instead of just happy with most of this and then not happy with this aspect? So really ask yourself, really look at your life this week and look at those little aspects, and those little aspects add up to really big energetic burdens sometimes. So really look at your life and really look at those little aspects of your life that you've just been putting up with, that you've just been ignoring, that you're just thinking, maybe it'll go away. and really challenge yourself to figure out what it is that you feel. Get really clear on what you feel about that facet of your life that you're not happy with. And then get really clear on how you can articulate your truth to those people that are involved and that influence that aspect and facet of your life. Now, I know that when you speak your truth, it may be scary. I know, I've been there. And I really speak from a place of experience. And it feels petrifying sometimes because you're standing there all open and you're saying, this is me, this is my truth. And one of the things that I recommend when you speak your truth, when you just lay it all out, allow yourself the freedom to not expect anything in return. Don't expect a certain reaction or response from the people that you share your truth with. And don't expect understanding. Don't expect someone lashing out. Just speak your truth without expectation. And I know that after you speak your truth without expectation, until that person responds or reacts, you may be in a state of limbo. You may be in a state of uneasiness and maybe worry and maybe having a million thoughts in your head going, oh my gosh, I don't know what, and you start questioning, should I have said this? Should I not have said this? Know that speaking your truth is the right thing to do. And then speaking your truth without expectation is also another really healthy thing to do. And that way the ball's in the other person's court, but also just say, you know what, I've spoken my truth and I'm okay with this. Regardless of the outcome, regardless of how that person responds or reacts, this is my truth and I'm going to own it and I'm going to feel good about it because I was able to speak my truth without holding back and speak my truth with grace and dignity and tact in delivery. And then allow yourself to be in your truth and continue to stand in your truth and don't backpedal. That's one of the things that I see so many times is when people speak their truth and the other person may or may not like it and they maybe are lashing out or maybe there's some resentments going on, and then the person that's just spoken their truth sometimes will backpedal and say, well, and then you kind of maybe soften what it is that you really said or what you meant, or well, what I really meant is this. Allow yourself to stand in your truth and really speak your truth and own your truth. And then allow yourself to feel that openness. And that openness can be scary. That openness can be very scary because it's almost like, ripping off a scab from a wound and now you have this gaping wound open and the other person can either put some salve on it, a Band-Aid on it, or some salt. That might hurt a little bit, or just walk away. But allow yourself, in any case, allow yourself to really look at your life, look at those things that you're not 100% fulfilled in, and be willing and able to share your truth with those that it involves. Without censor, but with tact and delivery, and with grace and dignity. And that is a surefire way to become fearlessly inspired. And yes, you may feel fear as you're speaking your truth. You may feel fear after you've shared your truth. But allow yourself to feel your truth and stand in your truth and own it, regardless of how uncomfortable you may feel, regardless of what the other person may or may not say back, but allow yourself to stand firm in your truth. I know you can do this. I hope you have a fabulous week and weekend, and if you've liked this video, share it and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Until next week, I'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye-bye.